name is Tomo Wakiyama Newton, and I am a violinist. I wouldn't say that I chose the violin, but my father put my sister and I on the violin at quite a young age, around 4 and 5. He decided to do this because he was actually forbidden from learning any musical instruments in his own household growing up. But he wanted to, provide his children with the opportunities that he was denied as a child. So that's why I started playing violin. It definitely wasn't my choice, but here we are. Brahms will always be up there, but having been in the classical music world for a while, I've also had the privilege of exploring many other composers and artists, and a more recent favorite of mine is Gabriella Smith, and she's a younger American composer, and her string quartet, Carrot Revolution, is pretty sick. It's really textural, it's about 10 minutes long, and it explores, for me, it just takes me through like many universes, within 10 minutes, and it's really imaginative, and so yeah, I would say Gabriella Smith. A more comedic moment in my musical career has been sitting front desk in a concert and the conductor conducting so furiously that he knocked off our music off of our music stand, and I had to pick it up and put it back on and continue playing, and it was just one of those moments where everything just feels so hilarious and ridiculous. So that was one moment that I'll probably never forget. I think diversity is important because we're part of a genre that upholds white supremacy and conceals it under the guise of tradition. And I think that diversity is really important in challenging those power dynamics and making sure that the underdogs are heard, and that the ways that cultural narratives that have created ideas of glorified white men in the canon are again challenged, and perhaps we can rewrite history in a more accurate representation of the many other people that have contributed to classical music, as well as making sure that our future in classical music again accurately represents the people that do contribute, and also tears down the exclusive practices of classical music that are really damaging and oppressive and very, very present. I think that classical music especially is really, really late in coming to terms with how white our field is, but I have seen, these conversations cropping up more and more, too slowly, but still they're coming to the surface, and I've had a little bit of formal experience, formal education in, more diverse composers and artists, but definitely not enough. For me personally, as a mixed Japanese-Canadian, I think it's really humbling to be around many other people of color in the classical music field, especially Black musicians. And at my alma mater, there were only a handful of Black musicians studying classical music at any given point, which I think is an obvious indication of a failure of the system. But it's also really heartening to see that they're here, that they've always been here, and they're brilliant musicians and organizers, and it's really quite an honor. So I'm here to learn and support and participate in whatever way I can, and to make great music. this is actually not music related, but over a year ago, I started a cooking community initiative, and so I'm part of a cooking collective called Community Cooks Collective, and we cook meals in bulk for shelters around Montreal on a weekly basis, and I think that has been a really wonderful experience for me because, especially in this time of isolation, I've been able to connect with a lot of people, and also it's been an opportunity for me to, I guess, explore who I am apart from music, and having been entrenched in the very competitive environment of music school for many years, I think that that was definitely a new experience.